Hey guys, I am here with my boyfriend, Jimmy Wong, and we are going to do the boyfriend-girlfriend tag.
Tag, you're it.
Let's get started. So the first half of the questions are going to be on my channel in this video, and then the second half you can find over on Jimmy's channel. So let's get started with question number 1. Where did we meet?
On the internet.
Of course, on the internet.
On Twitter.
It's actually a really interesting story. I was at Project for Awesome, and your brother was there, and we ended up hanging out with Freddie and then Brandon, and I think there was a few other people, and we were all just chilling. We ended up going out to dinner, and by the end of the night, we were all talking about video games. And Freddie was like, "Oh man, you like that game? You'd love my brother. He's obsessed with it." And I'm like, "Who's your brother?" And he's like, "Jimmy Wong." I'm like, "Why does that name sound so familiar?" And I couldn't remember for the life of me. But then I went home and I looked it up, and he had tweeted me a while back, a couple I think it was a month before that.
I stalked you.
I didn't respond to it because I didn't know who he was. And then
that crushed me.
No, it didn't. You still tweeted me. But yeah, I found out it was Freddie's brother, so I felt like it had more credibility there. Oh, this guy isn't a creep. He's actually someone in the community. And then we started talking. Yep,
and we met in person for the first time at Joey and Brittany's place in Los Angeles when Megan came down to visit, and they were doing an anime game night of sorts. And that was actually the first time I met a lot of other people. That was the first time I met Luke and no, I met Joey
Jason
before that.
was there.
Jason was there, right? And then someone else was there too, but I think Alex might have been there.
Do you remember that gaming night?
Yeah.
I beat Jimmy in Mario Kart.
You did. You
GoldenEye.
stomped me in Mario Kart, actually.
And GoldenEye too.
We didn't play GoldenEye that night.
Yeah, we did. In 64.
That was another night with Arthur. We played GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, you're right. But
do you remember that night?
I still won. All I remember is the victory. Question number 2. Where was your first date? Oh, this is the best first date story ever. You can answer it if you want.
I can? Okay, well, we didn't start going out until August, and we met, I think it was either January or February. And when we went out, we also were concurrently going on this trip to Poland with a bunch of other YouTubers, and it was a bunch of fun. But we decided, me, Megan, and Katrific, decided to go travel a little bit beforehand, so we bought a ticket to Paris. And on the way there, it was kind of like, hey, let's go on our first date. It will be in Paris. And so I spent a lot of time on Google Maps, looking up all these little places on Yelp and stuff, and I organized a long date night.
It was really sweet, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought we were just going to go out to dinner, but we actually went out to a few different places to find a bottle of wine, and then we went and got cheese and bread, and I forget the order of things, but didn't we do that?
We went down
to
the river that runs through the city.
That's right.
And then we sat by the river and drank bread.
And
ate wine.
But it was the best wine and cheese ever, and it was such
really
a beautiful experience. I guess during the summertime, it's tourist season, so it's vacation.
It's August is when everyone vacations, was that month.
So no one was there, so a few of the locations he had planned out, we couldn't go, but we ended up finding alternatives. And then after that, we went to this dinner place, and it was so cool. They put chocolate in everything.
Yeah.
I don't even like chocolate, but this was
You like white chocolate?
I do like white chocolate, but I was so excited. Still to this day, nothing has beat that meal. That meal was amazing.
That was really good. Well, I'd say the fluffy cloud dessert in
Poland
Poland
was pretty good, but everything. They put dessert in the appetizers, the main course, and of course the dessert, and then all the drinks.
Duck, or did you have lamb? I had one or the other. I forget which I had.
I think I had
food in France is the best.
Food in France is amazing. So it's kind of our special place now.
Our place.
Our place.
We went back this year.
Yeah, and Jimmy wrote a song and performed it in front of everyone for me and surprised me. I felt like a big idiot.
Your face is so funny.
My face was just I didn't know what to do. Okay.
Oh, this is a fun
Oh no.
What was your first impression of me? Are you gonna say it on the internet or when we met in real life?
In real life, because I feel like that's what really counts.
You didn't like me.
Jimmy was really I don't know, talking over text message is just very different. And we got along like perfectly. I'm like, wow, this guy's amazing. When we met in person, our personality types were so completely different. Jimmy is very like, he says what he's thinking exactly when he's thinking and feeling it, and he's very like, go getter and kind
I'm an
of
extrovert, you're an introvert.
Yeah, we're like polar opposites. Cause
I was also really nervous to meet you because I really liked you and I was attracted to you, and I didn't know, well, we just didn't really know each other, so.
It meant a lot meeting each other. We knew that we got along, but we didn't know what that first impression would be like. So Jimmy came out a little strong, and I hadn't dated someone in a while, so I was very like cautious. So
that's why it took it 9 months.
It did take a long
months.
time for us to end up dating.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
My first impression of you was that you were not as tall as I thought you would be.
Oh no!
Because I think we hugged when I first met, and I was like, alright, she like fits around me.
Perfectly.
Yep.
I get that a lot.
I also thought you were really nice and just as cool as I thought you would be. And you were also really good at Mario Kart, and that was intimidating. You kicked my butt.
It was impressive, right?
Yeah, but you can't beat me in the 3DS one, so too bad.
Too bad. When did you meet the family? Jimmy met my family before we started dating.
I came up to Modesto because I wanted to shoot a video. Right? There's
Disneyland, honey. Disneyland.
Was that the first time?
I believe so. And that was before.
I thought I came.
That was before the rocket shoot. Remember?
But I came up that one time before that to do the Tangled music video. Do you remember?
You did. Wow. Jimmy drove all the way down from LA to Modesto just to shoot a collab video with me. It was really romantic. At the time, I was living at home. And,
That was romantic?
Yeah. I was like, I live really far away. I don't think you want to come down. And he's like, oh, I'm visiting friends in San Francisco, which
That's
he never
right. I was supposed to go.
He didn't end up visiting them, so he just kind of just came down to make a collab video.
The truth is, I was planning on going to San Francisco, just not that weekend. Just eventually. And so I was like, well, you know.
Were you trying to score brownie points? Because he knew my favorite movie was Tangled. You guys can watch that video on his channel and see the beginning, start of our romance. That's when you met my family. I met your family at the Disneyland trip.
Yes, that's when you met.
My family was...
My dad wasn't there, was he? Oh, yeah, he was, yeah.
My family was down, I still lived in Modesto, but we all took a trip down to Disneyland, and Jimmy's parents were in town around the same time. And both of our families got to meet each other. This was before we were even dating. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we went to Cheesecake Factory afterwards, and it was delicious.
So good.
And then we had the guy do the thing. Remember
he did a dance or something,
he did it
right?
from it's that movie, Superstar.
Superstar.
We made the waiter do that. That was pretty funny.
Do I have any weird obsessions? If so, what?
I don't know. Do you?
think
You
so,
know
honey.
better than I do.
We all have the same things that we like the same things.
But we're talking weird obsessions,
Weird obsessions?
though. Yeah. Like stuff like I don't like milk with my cereal kind of thing.
I like miniature things.
It's not weird though.
It's not, yeah.
You just like things that are cute.
Cute, little.
Cute and little.
I don't think I have any weird obsessions. I mean, people would call Legos and like those little figurines that we collect, they would call that kind of weird, but...
No, you're just collecting things. I think maybe hoarding.
What?
A little bit.
I don't hoard.
We both hoard a little bit.
Jimmy has like 16 pairs of jeans that his mom bought him, and he refuses to get rid of them. And he wears like 2 pairs
they're
of jeans.
all in a basket, being ready to be donated to the Goodwill
Wow,
right now.
look at you changing. You're just saying that for the camera. Stop.
I'm tickling her.
Jimmy actually has an obsession with cleaning. Almost like, it's kind of weird.
No, I don't.
Maybe because I don't clean and almost am envious of that. But
not
he
an
like
obsession.
has to clean. We'll get back from like a party or doing something, it's super late. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And then Jimmy's like, I'm like, Jimmy, what are you doing? Oh, I just gotta do these dishes. I'm just straightening it up. I'm just organizing my underwear drawer. I'm just doing this. And I'm like, what?
I don't do that. If anything, I always make sure I hang up my clothes.
You guys should see his drawers.
Or if
They're
we
like
come
folded
back
to the T.
Or if we come back from like, if we did like cosplay stuff, I put it all back in the bags and put it away because I just don't want the clutter there. And I know that if I don't clean it up then, I'm not gonna clean it up later. That's why I clean
Not
it
me.
up.
I just throw everything out all over the place. I'm like a tornado.
That's your weird obsession. You enjoy tornadoes. You have an obsession with tornadoes.
With making a mess.
Yeah.
How long have we been together? A little over a year.
A year and almost coming up on a year and 3 months.
Oh, cute.
It's our year and 3 month anniversary.
Oh, what'd you get me?
Nothing. I got you a turkey.
Yay! I love turkeys.
I didn't get you anything.
I didn't
Did you get me
I
anything?
didn't get you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry. Do you have a tradition with your girlfriend/boyfriend?
Do you have a tradition with your girlfriend?
Oh.
Did you be tradition with your girlfriend?
There, we do that again. Do you have a tradition? I don't think we
Go
kind
to
of do.
Paris every year.
Go to Paris every year. No, that makes us sound so snobby.
I know.
Both times we've gone, we didn't have to pay for it. That's the only reason.
No, we paid for it the first time.
We didn't fly directly.
Yeah.
We like watching kung fu movies on Netflix. That's a favorite. That's kind of like a little bit of a tradition. Really like doing that. Going to movies. We also, I've expanded Jimmy's palette to like no end. What?
You make it sound like I was some kind of caveman.
You weren't, but you would just go to Jack in the Box or the taco truck.
This was like 2 years ago.
Now, honey, don't you eat some of the best food?
No, I just don't eat
Since
fast
we started
food
dating?
anymore.
Yeah, but still, like we've explored so much of LA.
It's true. We've gone to a lot of different restaurants because of. I usually wouldn't just go to an Italian restaurant, but because of Megan, I've gone to many different restaurants now.
Adventurous. So we like trying new restaurants.
Actually, it's because we were in Modesto. We'd always go to different restaurants, and it's not like they had a great variety there, but...
I knew all the good spots, and that's kind of my thing. I really like knowing my area and knowing where all my favorite spots are. Like, so if anyone's like, oh, let's go get Italian, I'm like, I know the perfect place. I like being that person.
You are that person.
I am.
There's your weird obsession.
Maybe that is. What was our first road trip? On the trip back from Modesto to LA.
And that was with Tessa and Joey too.
Yeah.
And I got a speeding ticket.
And I saw Jimmy get angry. And I'm like, uh-oh,
really
this guy may have anger issues. I don't know about this. I thought about it. I'm like, that looks scary. Cause
this was before we were dating. This was like in March.
It was. You're like, excuse me for a second. No, it wasn't March. It was May. And he punched his, what'd you punch through the roof of your car?
I didn't punch anything.
You got mad.
I swore. I didn't hit the roof. I hit the wheel.
But he warned everyone. He's like, hang on just a second. Because he got a speeding ticket. And then he was like, ah! Everyone in the car was like...
At least I warned you guys. I mean, that, you know... What if we just did that when we were driving? Just started like just pulling the wheel
left.
That's
definitely
and right.
a red flag. I'm like, uh-oh. What was the first thing you noticed about me? I'm ready. Flatter me.
How short you were.
No.
I noticed how perfect your hair was when I first met you. I think you must have straightened it that day because it was just like you had the side bangs going and the straight hair and everything. You were also wearing like pants like these.
Baggy pants?
Yeah, you weren't wearing like jeans or anything. You were very casual.
I'm a comfy type of person.
Yeah, I made sure I chose what I was wearing that night. I was like, I gotta look good.
I look like an animal. I got off the plane, so I look like a beast.
You're also sleeping on the couch, so.
Yeah, I just like whatever. First thing I noticed about you.
How handsome I was.
Yeah, I thought you were really cute from the get-go. And we were talking, I was talking to someone else about you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he is so cute, right?
I didn't mean to say it like that, and I realized it actually was like what you think. I just sound like
he did mean to say it like that. He says these things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Very confident about yourself.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Your sleepy's in your eye.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Attack.
It's really crusted in there.
Ugh, gross. No one look.
What is my favorite restaurant?
That's unfair. We don't have a favorite.
I kind of do.
Bottega Louie?
Mm-mm.
Tenna Sushi?
Mm-mm.
Is it in LA or Modesto?
LA.
Aroma Cafe?
No. You know this one.
Do I?
Yeah. I really like going there. We don't go often because it's expensive.
I'm drawing a blank, honey.
It's this French restaurant that's in downtown LA, and it's so good. They have amazing goat cheese. Remember?
Oh! I didn't know that was your favorite. I don't
really
even know
like
the
it. I
name
always
of
want to
it.
go, but it's so expensive.
It is really. Well, we only went twice on the Sunday. You went with Lisette a couple times too, but on Sundays they have these set like course meals, and you just pay us a certain amount, so you don't have to worry about getting appetizers or whatever. You just pay a certain amount.
The food is so good.
It is really good. Yeah, they have a goat cheese and honey spread that's delicious.
But
I don't
you
actually
easily spend
know
$100 there
on 2 people.
on 2 people.
Yeah, which is
I mean, there's
supreme date night.
There's some crazier restaurants, but that one's kind of my favorite. It's so good.
It is. I forget the name though.
I don't remember either for some reason.
What is my favorite restaurant? I don't think I have one.
Jack in the Box.
Yep, Jack and J and the B, as I affectionately call it. I don't actually think I have a favorite restaurant, so you can't answer this.
You go to the ramen place a lot.
Yeah, Dekakuya. That's my favorite ramen place, but I don't have like a favorite restaurant.
You don't, but you go there all the time.
Well, I think I've been to Shinsengumi now more than that.
Shinsengumi, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, Dekakuya is actually my favorite though. Shinsengumi is a little cheaper.
He goes to Shinsengumi all the time.
Yeah, well,
You're just like an anime character.
What?
What do we argue the most about? Oh, God. We argue about some pretty stupid things sometimes.
Yeah, when you get angry at me, you get angry.
Most of the time it's just over if we like hurt each other's feelings.
Yeah.
And then it's just the other person trying to be heard, and it can get kind of confusing. But we always work out our problems. It's never like something that lingers for a while. Everything's always talked about right when it's happening.
Even like within an hour at the most.
Mm-hmm. If it's an hour, then that means someone's really upset.
Yeah.
Because they haven't said anything.
Yep.
So just little tiny things.
Who wears the pants in the relationship?
Well, Jimmy has a lot of pairs of pants. So.
I do.
Well, in our relationship, if we're ever traveling, Jimmy is very like, I just let him do everything because he's very on point with like where we're going, where we need to be. I'm always late. I'm kind of a mess. I'm bad at directions, so I just let him do that. So I guess we kind of take turns wearing the pants.
You're good at directions once you know the area.
Once I know the area.
I might be better at reading a map and like figuring it out on the go.
Maybe.
But I still get lost a lot.
So we share the pants in this relationship.
You wear one leg and I wear the other, and then we run one of those awkward 3-legged marathon things.
And we win.
And we win.
So don't mess with us.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm watching TV, what am I watching?
Anime, Netflix.
What about right now?
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl. I'm catching up.
Or a Vampire Diaries.
Love Vampire Diaries.
All these vampire and wolf things, they all get confused.
Jimmy just makes fun of me the whole time when I'm watching these shows.
I make fun of you when you watch Gossip Girl. I've never seen Vampire Diaries, and I've heard it's good.
By the end of it, he's like, "Oh my gosh, did that really just happen? Did Blair just say that?"
Blair Waldorf is so stupid right now.
He gets into all these shows and he hates me for it. He's like, "This is so stupid."
Love the way Chuck talks. Did you know he actually is not American?
Just stop. Jimmy watches everything. Gosh, you were recently watching what is that?
Damages with Glenn Close and Rose Byrne. Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's always watching shows before I am, and then he tells me. But we really like watching
Breaking Bad
together and Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yep.
We're waiting for those to start up again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess
I watch a lot of football too.
You watch a ton of football.
On Sunday, I just leave it on in the background though. I don't really care about it.
My favorite team is the San Francisco.
Oh yeah, that's a question. Can't answer it.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What is one food I do not like?
Onions.
No, I like onions. I don't like when you eat onions because something happens that's crazy to your breath and it does not go away.
One thing that one food you do not like.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate.
Don't like chocolate.
Which is too bad because chocolate's delicious.
I like dark chocolate, like really dark chocolate.
Really dark or white chocolate, yeah. But none of that.
Not like milk chocolate. It makes
milk
me
chocolate, yeah.
grosses me out. What's one thing that you don't like?
Onions. Just kidding. I love onions.
You love onions.
They're so good.
Um.
Except I cut my finger recently and I was cutting onions. Like it's gross.
Now you can never have another onion.
I know, it really hurts still.
You have onion in your DNA. Is there a food that you don't like?
Celery.
You don't like celery?
By itself, I used to really hate it when I was young because of the smell or something about the taste. It really was like offsetting to me when I was a kid.
Wow, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
But I've grown to like it now. Like I used to hate blue cheese or cheese that was really stinky. But I love blue cheese now. It was just like at some point in college, like I just when I wake up, to be honest, like hungover or whatever on Sundays because you always party on Saturdays in college. I would just eat everything, and like learn again like why things are delicious. Like blue cheese is delicious.
Gives me a
And hot
headache.
sauce. I used to hate hot sauce, and now I love hot
You
sauce.
love hot sauce. He eats hot sauce on everything.
Frank's Red, Louisiana,
His favorite.
Crystal, yeah. A Red Rooster's really good too.
A Red Rooster, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
What drink do I order when I go out to eat?
Iced tea or a
All
Coke.
the time.
If it's a glass bottle Coke, you're definitely getting a Coke.
Yeah, when we travel, I always get Coke just because it gives me more energy. And
It's
I don't
real
really,
sugar.
and it's
too,
real sugar,
not
yeah.
high fructose corn
I
syrup.
don't normally like drinking soda too much. I mean, I love soda, but it's really bad for you.
Yeah.
But I always drink tea.
Always.
You
I've started to do that
always-
now too, though. Every time I go out, I get tea. You just put
good,
sugar in
right?
it. Yeah, because
Yummy.
dumping like four, I used to get mad at you for this for no reason. Coke has like 30, 40 grams of sugar in it. Each on 1 gram is just 1 packet
Of
so,
sugar.
like, in tea, put 2 in, and it's like really is nothing compared
Jimmy
to
would
a
get
Coke.
so mad at me. He's like,
I
you're
would
putting
get mad. I would just be like,
We
oh
got in
my
a fight
gosh.
about this. This is one of our arguments. He's like, you're putting too much sugar in your tea. And I'm like, why are you being so controlling? Let me put sugar in my tea. I'm like, you're drinking Coke. It has 40 packets in your
No,
drink. And I shut you
was
up
the
really
one.
quick. I was like,
I
shut
was the
down.
one that came up with that
Victory.
realization, not you.
Honey, I told you.
No.
I did. I told you.
Black
agree
tea.
to disagree.
Megan loves black tea, iced tea.
Jimmy loves Coke.
Yeah, Dr.
typically-
Pepper
you-
is my favorite.
You love Dr. Pepper. You typically
But
get
I
water
stopped.
when we go out. though.
Yeah, I always get water. Cause I drink a lot when I eat. For whatever reason, I'm always thirsty when I'm eating. So like, usually I'm the first person done with the water. I'm waiting for the waiter to come around. That's actually my pet peeve if a waiter isn't attentive about water.
He
And
gets
that's
a
very
little
American too,
impatient.
because you don't get water like that in pretty much any other
When we
country in the
travel,
world.
he
Yeah.
like loses it. I just give him
I
my
don't
water.
lose it. I just like you get like a glass like that big, and it's just not enough.
Jimmy will raise his hand until the waiter comes. Excuse me.
No, I wait until they're like within a reasonable distance. I'm like, excuse me, can I get some more water, please?
I am so thirsty.
I never go, give me some water, I'm thirsty.
That's why people hate
Lay
me.
off me, I'm
I'm
thirsty.
starving. All right, well that concludes the 15 questions.
Part number 1,
Part number 1.
see more parts
Number 2.
on my channel.
Go to Jimmy's page.
Click here.
Thanks for doing this with me.
And you get more of this too.
Cute.